Hey, what's up, Facebook? It's Mike, your mentor, coming at you with Tuesday Thoughts. And tonight I thought we'd bring on a reoccurring special guest here so we can get something straight from the horse's mouth. Um, and who are you?
Michaela, yay.
All right. And so this week, we've been talking about honor, and we've been talking about, especially on the last Man Up Friday, how fathers should interact with their daughters and our responsibility in our daughters' lives. And one of the things that we're teaching our kids, whether we realize it or not, is what they should expect from marriage and what they should expect from the person they choose as their partner when they decide to get married one day. What we live in the house is what they're going to live out in the real world. So I wanted to bring Michaela on here and ask her some questions in a minute. So she's going to shut her book. You want to show them what book you're reading?
Diary of the Wimpy Kid, old school.
All right, cool.
Because I love Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
All right, so we've talked about this before. So I want to ask you a question. What makes a good husband?
Someone who loves God and is caring for you.
Oh yeah, they're caring for you. What does that mean?
Caring means that they don't try and fight you. They don't try and they love you, and they don't want to hurt you, and they want to protect you.
Let me ask you this other question. What makes a good dad?
They're kind.
Okay.
They don't yell at their kids every day for just doing the littlest thing, like not tying your shoelaces, like screaming and yelling at them.
Oh.
And what also makes a good dad is if you don't try and hurt your kids.
Okay. Has there ever been a time when dad's not been a good dad? And you can tell the truth.
I'm thinking.
Have I ever yelled at you?
What?
Have I ever yelled at you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for what?
For getting distracted and not cleaning up and talking back to Mom because
And how did that make you feel?
sad.
Why did it make you feel sad?
Because I thought if you yell at me a lot for me making some bad choices, I thought you didn't really love me.
Oh, does Dad do a good job of telling you he loves you?
Mhm.
Does Dad do a good job of showing you he loves you?
Mhm.
How do I show you I love you?
Yeah. When I get good grades in school, you take me out to dinner like today because I got a good grade in tutoring, and you watch movies with me, you play with me, and you hang out with me.
What's your favorite thing to do with your dad?
Watch a movie.
Oh, really? More than wrestle, huh?
And I like to wrestle.
Oh, okay.
And I want to wrestle with you right now.
No, we're not going to wrestle right now.
Mhm.
We're going to finish this and then you're going to have to go to bed. Sorry.
No!
Yep,
I still got some macaroni cooking.
What? Well, after you eat your macaroni. So are there any, if there's any dads watching this, what advice would you give them with raising their daughters?
If you're trying to hurt them, don't hurt them.
Okay, yeah, that's important.
If you're yelling at them for just doing this, the littlest, the tiniest thing, and you scream at them, do not do it!
Oh. Do you think that if a dad makes a mistake, he should say he's sorry?
Mhm.
Does that mean a lot?
Mhm.
What's that make you feel like when because Dad's made some mistakes before?
Mhm.
Do you remember a time when I got really mad and when I was bringing you to school and I yelled at you in the back seat?
Mhm.
And I had to apologize to you, right?
Mhm.
Because that wasn't right for Dad to do. Yeah.
Just for being late. I've been being late a lot because I'm now in 3rd grade and 2nd grade. I was never late. only probably 10 times.
So dads make mistakes too, huh?
Mhm.
And that's important too.
But if they're doing it on purpose, then you also gotta say sorry and do something to show that you're sorry. Otherwise, your daughters won't trust you anymore.
Oh, wow.
Or your son.
You bring up a good point about trust. It's very important to trust, huh? So do you think that if you can trust your dad that you'll be able to trust boys?
Maybe. I don't really trust a lot of boys at my school except for Holden.
Oh. Do you think that it's important to have a good relationship with your dad?
Mhm.
Do you think that that might affect your relationship with your husband one day?
Mhm.
How so? Can you explain that?
Um.
If your dad loves you, would you expect your husband to love you? So if your dad loves you and your dad treats you nice and does certain things for you, do you think that you're going to look for a husband that does those things or a husband that does the opposite?
Does the same thing.
Oh, is your dad?
Except yell at me for doing
Except
small
yell at you,
things.
yeah. Well, when you're older and you're married and you don't pick up your stuff, what should happen?
And I should just get yelled at a tiny bit.
Yeah. Do you think it's important that if there's any type of discipline that the dad makes sure that he knows his daughter loves, or that the dad should make sure the daughter knows he loves her? Yeah.
Like taking her out to movies or being kind and getting her a toy if she doesn't have any.
So
getting her food if she has to like work around the house, like and wash the dishes, but gets paid just to buy food for everyone and cook.
So
then you should just buy stuff for her reward. And
I'm hearing some of your mom's love language in there of gift giving. Do you? I'm guessing you like to receive gifts too, huh? That makes you feel good.
But if no son or daughter has any toys, you should get them some toys, because if they don't have toys, then they're probably gonna live a sad and horrible life, because if they get poor, they can sometimes end up rich, because my teacher told me the person who writes the Harry Potter books, she was poor and she lived in a car with only a pencil and a couple thousand pieces of paper. So she made money to buy some more pieces of paper, and then she ended up as a billionaire.
Oh yeah.
A really famous billionaire.
Probably took a lot of hard work though, right? It didn't just happen overnight. She didn't just wake up one day and that happened.
Because she had to write the book, get it published, and then sell it to make money.
Oh yeah? So she was hustling, right? She was working her butt off. Is that a good quality for somebody to have? Where do you think you get that from? Do you think you learn that from your parents, or do you think that just happens?
Learn that from your parents.
Oh, so if your parents model hard work for you, you're more likely to do hard work?
Because my grandma Sue, she used to work on a farm, and if she ever said something was boring, she'd have to work really hard, and she still works hard.
Oh, Aunt Val said hi. Say hi, Aunt Val.
Hi, Aunt Val.
What are you so nervous about now? Because Aunt Val's watching you? Should I ask Aunt Val if you were good the other night? When you spent the night? What would she say?
Mom said I was.
Mom said you would, or Val said you were?
Val and Mom, because they were talking while me and Jalen were getting our stuff ready.
You're probably going to see them soon again for Thanksgiving.
Because it's next week.
Cool. So one more final question for you before we wrap this up tonight. So you talked about the importance of parents or dads modeling how to treat their daughters. What have you learned from watching mommy and daddy treat each other?
That you guys sometimes get in big fights, like this one time.
This is a loaded question, huh?
This one time, Mom and Dad gave me his phone to watch because I had to stay upstairs because I heard them yelling and screaming at each other.
Were we working something out?
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
trying to work something out about money because one day Mom came home crying and Mom told us we had to stop spending money unless if it was for food or for Christmas presents.
Oh, really?
For birthday. And Dad, it was Dad's idea right here.
Do you think we got that worked out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that an important lesson?
Uh-huh.
You think there's times where you're gonna have to work things out in your life with other people, like Tiffany?
Mhm.
Yeah. Because you're gonna be working with her at school now.
Because once she said I hate you
Well,
to me, and she said that to Gabby.
yeah, that probably wasn't very nice. But people say dumb things sometimes, right?
Yeah, because I don't think about what they say. I do that a lot sometimes.
Okay. Well, I think it's time for you to finish your macaroni and get to bed. So we're gonna thank people for tuning in tonight for
Alright.
Tuesday Thoughts, and we'll see you tomorrow for Wednesday Wisdom.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye-bye.